آی زانو آی زانو آی زانو 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 پیچیده توی سالون.
ربات رفته اینو تو عکست نوشته،
دلم شد رشته رشته،
دلش شد رشته رشته. وای 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 وای.
باز عمل بشه
دکتر من
بیهوشه،
شد دکتر من.
عرقو بگیر
دکتر من
قیچی و پند،
دکتر من
عمل خوبی بود
دکتر من.
ربات جا شد، زانوشم رو برا شد،
خوابیده مثل فرشته انگار توی بهشته. وای 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 وای.
دکتر
عالی بودش. خیلی سخته واقعا. من فکر نمی‌کردم یک کلیپ 45 ثانیه اینقدر سختی و زحمت داشته. واقعا خسته نباشید.
متشکرم.
When we sit for long periods of time, the hip flexors in the front get tight and shortened, while the glute muscles in the back become weak and lengthened. This tips the pelvis forward into an anterior tilt, throwing off the body's alignment. That shift travels up the chain, causing a rounded upper back, weak and tight shoulder blades, and extra tension in the neck. Here's one simple stretch that you can do right now to loosen up your hips and bring your body back into alignment. To start this stretch, pull up a chair. Lie down on the floor and elevate one of your legs at 90 degrees. Opposite leg straight out, toes pointed back, hands out to your sides, palms up, and take deep breaths into your stomach. Hold this position for about 10 minutes on each side. This position helps remove rotation from the hips and the pelvis, gently corrects anterior pelvic tilt caused by sitting, restores your low back into a more neutral position, and helps even out imbalances between the left and the right hips. The traps are a major postural muscle, and they actually consist of three parts: the upper, middle, and lower traps. When you sit for long periods, the upper traps tend to overwork while the lower traps shut down. That imbalance rounds the spine forward, makes it harder to take a full breath into your diaphragm, and even drives the head into a forward position that creates neck pain. Try these two exercises to help activate the muscles around the shoulder blades to support good posture. Exercise 1. From your elbows and knees, tilt your pelvis forward and extend your spine. Let your chest drop through your shoulder blades, then press into your elbows to spread them apart. Focus on sliding your shoulders away and down from your neck. Exercise 2. Same position, but place one hand behind your head. Rotate your chest up towards the ceiling and return and repeat on each side. These simple moves will wake up the lower traps, add rotation to the spine, and help reduce neck tension while restoring balance to your posture.
If you have a tendency to recurring pain in lumbar spine, check if you can comfortably flow between different lumbar positions.
Because if you can't do this, then you have poor awareness and control of your lower back.
And probably low back pain as a result. So how can you begin to regain control of your lower back and finally get pain-free?
Get in a kneeling position about 2 feet away from the wall, lean into it, and begin tilting your pelvis back and forth as far as you can comfortably. This is a great position to begin learning how to move your lumbar spine. Now let's advance it by resembling a quadruped position. Grab a table, couch, or chair.
Rest your upper body so your thoracic spine is locked. Now perform a cat-cow motion only through the lower back. This requires more control, but helps you isolate the lower back.
Now we can get back to this standing version, and you can accelerate your progress by grabbing a band and pulling it onto your lower back. This provides helpful tactile feedback to train your brain on where to move. And before too long, you won't need a band, and you'll have better mobility and control of your lower back so that you can get closer to a pain-free life. But if you'd like a more long-term plan specific to you, just message me the word pain and you can get a free back pain fix demo with my team.
You have shoulder blade pain, plus you get headaches. To fix it, you have to understand that when you lift your arm up, this muscle rotates the shoulder blade upward, which puts tension on all these ones. And when they have tension on them, they pull on the neck, causing headaches. So first we're going to release them, starting with the rhomboids, by bringing our arm across the chest, which will put the muscle on stretch, and then place a ball in that area. Now roll up and down until you get all those tight, uncomfortable spots. To get your levator, you're going to bring your hand behind your head, which produces a stretch on the muscle, and then tilt your head down and to the opposite direction for a hold. Next, we need to mobilize your rib heads, because if they do not move, then all these muscles have to work extra to create mobility in this region, which can cause headaches, which we can achieve with this movement here. And you'll really mobilize that upper back and rib heads. So we've released tension, we've created mobility, and now we have to retrain this muscle to lift the shoulder blade up so we don't have any compensations, which you can do by holding a band behind your shoulder blades and punching them out and forward, down and back. And that's it.
Forward head posture is a condition in which your head becomes locked in front of the spine's natural gravitational alignment. This occurs due to overactive and restricted neck muscles that force the head into a compressed position. As a result, your airways compensate by constricting, allowing less airflow into your lungs and causing you to rely on mouth breathing to take in more air. Posturally, this compressed state has significant implications for your plane of vision. With an aligned cervical spine, your eyes rest in a neutral horizontal plane. However, when the head tilts forward, the eyes must adjust to maintain a level gaze, often contributing to vision problems and migraines. So, to support spinal stability, make sure to keep your neck's fascia soft and hydrated.
The main reason for your back pain is to be found in your glute muscles. Your glutes are not only responsible for forward drive, but also for rotation. Their amazing multidirectional muscle structure spreading around the femur allows them to cover all possible force directions. However, when they aren't trained in accordance with their multidimensional nature, they become weak and are no longer able to support inherent linear or rotational motions. Instead, their neighboring muscles compensate for this lack of support by trying to take on the same responsibilities. Unfortunately, our lumbar muscles weren't designed for that, and as a result, over time, these muscles become significantly overworked, leading to lower back pain.
Fascia is not just biomechanical, it's a bioelectric highway connecting your entire body down to the cellular level. Stimulating it daily is crucial not only for your movement potential, but also for your energy and vitality. Fascia doesn't contract, but it stores and transmits force across the entire body through meridians. It links your lats to the opposite glute and your obliques to your adductors, creating slings that drive the most fundamental parts of human movement. Fascia contains up to 10 times more proprioceptors than muscle tissue, sensory receptors that help you sense position, react, balance, and stabilize. Ever wondered why some animals with very little muscle mass can run and jump with such explosiveness? This is called fascial recoil, which is fascia's ability to generate free elastic energy without metabolic cost, unlike your muscles. And yes, humans have this ability too. Fascia responds to load, vibration, and stretch. It remodels like muscle, but by its own rules. It's the scaffolding that keeps you fast, fluid, and functional, especially as you age. So no, fascia isn't a trend. It's a fundamental part of human biology, set to become a cornerstone of healthcare. If you want more information on how to stimulate and hydrate your myofascial system, comment fascia and I'll send you a video on how to restore health and vitality in your fascia.
Listen, that annoying muscle knot on one side of your lower back is usually caused by a lack of core strength, hip strength, and a lack of spine and hip mobility. So here's a lower back bulletproofing routine to help you fix it. First, core strength. Grab a dumbbell, move it overhead, and alternate straightening one leg without moving your other leg. Think of this like injecting illegal, super physiological levels of steroids into your deep core and spine stabilizer muscles without any of the nasty side effects. Next, hip strength. Lay on your side, heel stacked, lift your top heel towards the ceiling, then drive your knee up while keeping the heel floating. This hits your overlooked hip internal rotators, key for stabilizing your hips and sparing your lower back. Next, we're going to loosen up your sciatic nerve with the elephant walks. While bending over, straighten one leg while bending the knee of the other. Slowly move back and forth with control and you'll finally feel a sweet, sweet release in your lower back. Next, grab a bench, place your elbows on the bench, and then perform a cat-cow. This exercise locks your mid-back in place and isolates the mobility gains to your lower back, which will in turn help speed up pain relief and improve range of motion. By the way, if you're tired of always throwing out your back or feeling weak and immobile, then you have to try our 12-week spine strengthening and mobility program. Just comment longevity down below for a free 30-day trial.
Hey, did you know that a weak butt can have a domino effect that causes neck pain on one side? Here's how to fix it. But first you have to understand that when the glutes contract, one main job is to pull the leg to the side. It takes the thigh and pulls it closer to the pelvis bone. Now, when that leg is on the ground and the opposite leg is in the air, you're naturally going to fall this way. So the gluteals have the same job to pull those two bones closer together to bring you upright. So if the gluteals are weak and can't do their job, you're going to spend a lot of time like this. But your body's not going to let you stay like this. So it starts over-recruiting the QL and the obliques to start forcing you back into alignment. It does the same thing all the way up to the chain, to the neck muscles like the SCM and the scalenes. They start working overtime to tug you into alignment. Plus the scalenes attach to the ribs, which start getting tugged upward, all of which causes nerve compression and joint irritation, muscle spasms, and pain on the same side as the weak glutes. First, we're going to lift one leg up, which naturally drops your hip down, and you're going to work to pull it straight upward again. We're really trying to build strength in the glutes on the leg that's standing so it does not result in the lateral lean. Be sure to keep the knee of the leg that's in the air at hip height because it forces your body to want to lean forward, further activating the glutes to keep you in an upright position during the exercise. Next, tie a band around your waist and let it pull you towards the weak side, and then you shift your hips all the way under you and beyond, and then hold for 10 seconds. The dowel and the opposite foot are there just for balance, so you shift all the way under and hold. You'll feel a burning on the side and the back of that hip, and you continue just like that. During the movement, make sure your hips aren't sticking out like this. They should be directly under you. So start strengthening those glutes, but now we need to know why are they weak in the first place. So stay tuned for part 2 to this video where I'll show you the 4 common root causes.